to our science lesson. We are starting chapter 6, Changes in Ecosystems. Now we're starting on page 161 in your packet. You can follow along as I read or you can listen. So we're going to turn to page 167. How do ecosystems change? Ecosystems are always changing, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. People and animals may bring on these changes. Animals change ecosystems. What kind of changes can a huge swarm of locusts cause? In some parts of the world, locusts bring a great deal of trouble. As they move, they might feed on all the plants in the farm fields, causing food shortages for animals and people. Locusts have made paths 100 kilometers wide and 1,000 kilometers long. Ecosystems are always being changed by organisms, wind, water, and other parts of the environment. By damming streams, beavers make new ponds, ecosystems where they are safe from wolves and other predators. For a few organisms, a new pond that floods their home is bad news. But for many other organisms, a pond is a new home and is helpful. Most changes in an ecosystem are not so dramatic, and not all changes are harmful. For example, earthworms slowly and quietly dig new holes through the soil, bringing oxygen to the plant roots. These worms improve the soil with digested materials they leave behind. Page 168. People change ecosystems. People change ecosystems when they build houses, clear forests, or throw out garbage. People also change ecosystems by introducing new plants and animals. Plants and animals have been carried over deserts, mountains, and even oceans. When a species is introduced into an ecosystem, it causes change. These changes often affect the survival of entire species. Zebra mussels are animals that people accidentally move from one ecosystem to another. It seems that the zebra mussels stuck to ships that traveled from the other side of the world to the United States. Zebra mussels do not have predators in their new habitat, so their population has grown quickly. This species has changed the ecosystem of many rivers and lakes in many ways. For example, huge numbers of zebra mussels can take the food and space needed by other species. These species may no longer be able to survive in the area. The garlic mustard plant was carried to the United States on purpose. Early settlers used garlic mustard for food and medicine. Unfortunately, animals do not eat the plant, so it spread quickly. The plant can dominate forest floors, keeping the other plants from getting water and sunlight. How do you think this affects plants and animals? Okay, the pictures up here. This is a zebra mussel. Stick to hard surfaces like these shells. So you'll see them all congregated right there. Zebra mussels can block water pipes. You see all of them, they grow in like clusters, so they don't leave a lot of space in between them. And then this is the garlic mustard seeds can grow even after being on the ground for 5 years. This means that removing the species from the place is a long, hard job. Okay, the last page in lesson 1, page 169. Each American produces about 1.8 kilograms of garbage each day. That adds up to be about 200 million tons a year. Most garbage is put into a landfill. A landfill is a pile of garbage that is eventually covered with soil and grass. The local ecosystem is greatly changed when this landfill is being used. After the landfill is covered by grass, the ecosystem might return to being very similar to what it was like before the landfill. In the past, landfills unexpectedly leak pollution into nearby bodies of water. Today, Liners seal off the garbage to keep harmful chemicals from getting into the ground. Acid rain is rain that has absorbed certain kinds of pollutants. Acid rain changes ecosystems because it pollutes soils and lakes. Plants and animals can die from this pollution. People can treat polluted lakes by dumping helpful chemicals into the water. A landfill may cover a few acres or a few thousand acres. That's a lot of garbage. All right, let's go to the bottom of the page on 169. And it says, fighting acid rain. Acid rain can hurt plants, animals, and other organisms. In lakes, people can add materials to a lake to control some of the effects of the acid rain. A forest damaged by acid rain. The pollutants in acid rain have damaged some of the trees and other plants in the forest. Okay, so we are going to look at the lesson checkpoint on page 169. And on a separate sheet of paper, for each lesson, we're going to have a question to complete. So if you want to take out a sheet of paper and put your heading at the top, you can put each question on the paper as we go through the lesson, so all 3 questions can be on the same single sheet of paper. So, lesson check for part 1. I would like you to answer the first question. Why can populations of zebra mussels and garlic mustard grow so quickly in new ecosystems? Okay, we read about that on page 168, so you need to go back into your reading. And it talks about zebra mussels up here in the second paragraph. And then it talks about the garlic mustard plant in the third paragraph on page 168. So please go back and read those 2 paragraphs and answer the question in complete sentences. And remember to turn the question around. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to email Ms. Johnson or leave a comment under the video. Hope you have a good day.